Yeah, wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. I greet you all and I welcome you all to another episode. And I know what they happen. My people, this one no be go combo. This one na the Obonga news. The people where we even think say they are doing something or they are speaking for the masses. At the end of the day, we find out that these people have been paid just for them to remain underdog opposition. The likes of Sowore, Alaji Sowore, the likes of Deji Adeyanju, and that likes of what they call him, Sunday Igboho, who always call on the Biafrans even to the extent of, to the point of sending appreciation message to Simon Ekpa, telling him that he will like the Simon Ekpa's government and the government of Yoruba Nation, which Sunday Igboho superheads, to form an alliance. We don't even know that these guys can never be trusted. And I said it earlier on that these people, no matter anything we do to the son or daughter of your girlfriend, my brother, my sister, he or she can never call you daddy or papa. The only thing where you go get from him or her is uncle. So no matter how you see these Yoruba people, my dear, you can never trust them. Anytime, any day, they can lose guard you. They can betray you. They can become the worst saboteur in your life and make you to ever regret knowing them in this planet Earth. Anyway, we're going to listen to this video. Yoruba Nation Sunday Igboho Sowore Adeyanju playing Tinubu script to distract Nigerians. And naturally they talk because how can you tell me that Sowore was declared wanted? Sowore was in a watch list. And Sowore would leave USA back to Nigeria. And they intercepted him at the airport. They said that they have known the people who are planning the protest, the one that have finished and the one that is, October fearless protest, and the rest of them. And so is one of them. He is vocal about it. And these people said they never declared him wanted. It was an error. Imagine that person. Imagine Sowore happens to be an Igbo man from the southeast. Let's not use any other person because outside they cannot capture Hausa. Imagine Sowore happens to be an Igbo man. What will be the outcome of this guy? By now, we will be in another solitary confinement in DSS custody. So to tell you that Sowore, Adeyanju, Deji, and also Sunday Igboho, plus many more others, are just being a distraction. You will think that they are working for you, but indirectly, they are not. They are even against you. Che, no friend mano. I beg me gonna hear this important news from this our brother. He's always vocal and you hear things that you never hear concerning this duo that I mentioned their names. I will write back to continue with the comment section. Then people will get to understand exactly what I was talking about. Please like, share, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel because more of these videos will be coming your way. My name is Remain Amandianes, reporting from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Honor, enjoy this one. Alright, let's go there.
I sit down here and I'm laughing that Nigerians don't know that they are playing a script by the Tinubu's government. You are playing a script by the Tinubu's government. Now, there's no position whatsoever. It is what the government determines that becomes the story, that becomes the news. It is what the government determines that becomes the news. After I do election, we are now talking about Bobrisky, very dark man. Even it had to even get to the House of Reps. So whatever that becomes viral now is being played by the government. And these people, these leaders of ours are copying the West. The West is also playing a script for Africans, especially Nigeria. Look at the agitation we are having in Nigeria today. It is scripted by the West. In other words, some years ago, the West said that Nigeria was going to divide so time. So they gave a time frame. I don't know whether it's 2020 or 2014, something around that time. They were playing a script. That is why they influence political leaders in Africa. Those that refuse to be influenced are being slammed sanctions. If you are part of ECOWAS and African Union, you are playing a script by the West. And these are leaders. They have learned that politics from the West. Some of them are accused of being CIA agents for UK, United Nations, United States, most of our leaders. That is why development is far from Africa. If we continue with this crop of politicians, this set, 1999 set of politicians, if we continue with this set of politicians, we are going nowhere. That is why we want to restructure. One of the main reasons why we need to restructure Nigeria is because we don't want to continue playing the script that the West is playing for us. The West sponsors banditry, terrorism activities in the North. One upon a time, during these mining activities, even amongst the Boko Haram, you see some white men. There are reports that have alleged that the West is part of those that are sponsoring these guys to cause insecurity, to cause instability in a particular state where they have natural resources that the West is converting, that the West wants. Anywhere you see natural resources, you see the politics that is being played there is that they cause unnecessary chaos so that they can tap from that resources. The last time I did a broadcast, I said Anambra has gas. The 5 southeast states has gas. So it is very important for insecurity to continue so that these guys can find a way to utilize this gas. When we are saying all these things, some people think we are mad or we are crazy. When Al Mustafa went to Brekete family and made a revolution, that the reasons why there will be always, there is still banditry, insecurity in the North is because of the natural resources there, and the West are interested. The West are looting the natural resources and they are sponsoring these bandits. That is why you see somebody say that they are going to conquer who? Conquer who? It will continue because of that natural resources. We are all playing a script. Let's come back to Nigeria. We are playing a script of the Tinubu administration. Now, what I've discovered, dim the popularity of Peter Obi and give it to Sowore. If Sowore were to be an Igbo man, if Sowore were to be an Igbo man, he would not be moving around doing all this thing he's doing. Of course, he has been doing it since his youth days. He did it with during Abiola, he was so active. Unilag was active. He has been a man of the people. When you see politics, they can see a potential in somebody and use that person for their own aim. They know that Peter Obi became popular during the last election. They want to reduce his popularity. Like I said, when you replace the nationality of Sowore with that of an Igbo man, he will not even step foot in Nigeria. In fact, he will not be allowed to move out of Nigeria. The media terrorists will be used to attack him. He will not be allowed to go and release Impedon or Isaac Bristol. All this rescue mission is doing is just to gain popularity for him and reduce that of Peter Obi, because people were expecting Peter Obi to be that macho man, that savior, that after the elections that was lost, he should have organized people like Sowore and call for protests. Have you heard of controlled opposition? You see, I explained to somebody yesterday and I told that person what this government is doing is that it is playing a script for Nigerians to watch. We are watching a television series, and who is the person that is writing the script? It is the government. Some of these guys are players. Some people are playing midfield. Some people are striking. Some people are at the defense. The most dangerous people you see are the ones playing midfield. They will criticize the government, but they still support the government. So you are endeared to them because they criticize the government. But no matter what the government does, they cannot say the government should resign. They cannot do away with the government. If the government fails, they will be advising, and some will be a little bit harsh on the government. But they will never vote against that government, even after 4 years of failure. They are part of the government. They are used to control the opposition. Yoruba Nation at the United Nations General Assembly, my brother, is a controlled script that we are playing. These guys are sponsored to destabilize Nigeria. These guys are sponsored to make sure Nigeria is not settled. They are using it to control the Fulani interest, the Fulani control of Nigeria. You see, the Fulani wants to align with the Muslim world so bad that they need to totally take over Nigeria, and the West don't want to look as if they are one-sided, so they are sponsoring all these groups here and there, everywhere. I'm telling you this for a fact. After this Isaac Bristol, after Very Dark Man, we are going to go on with the case. Nobody is going to ask what the government is doing. Nobody is going to point out the activities of the government. Nobody is going to look into the oil sector as they are lifting our petrol, as they are printing our currency, as they are doing this and that. Nobody is going to look at that. At the fact that this government has already failed with what they bought, the 21 billion, the billions of naira they spent on judges, the billions of naira they spent on the central bank, the failure of the central bank. Nobody is looking at all these things. Everybody is focused on Very Dark Man. After the elections, everybody is focused on Very Dark Man. After Very Dark Man, the next script that we played is Shore. Shore is the next script. October 1st. At the end of the day, these protests are not going to have head. It's just a controlled thing. I told him, I've been learning politics from this man called Tinubu. He's not like my mentor. You know, when some things happen, you try to get some things. How is this guy doing this thing? What is he doing? What is the system? I'm watching from afar. I've come to this understanding that this government is playing controlled opposition. They will silence every genuine voice in whatever way. They know that Atiku is not the man of the people. They know Peter Obi is the man of the people. So that's why many people online have dedicated their lives to just attacking Obi. Fuel was 200 naira. They were attacking Obi. Fuel became 400 naira. They continued attacking Obi. Fuel became 600 naira. If Obi responds or criticizes the government, they don't criticize the government for getting to the point whereby Nigerians are unable to buy fuel, or like there has to be so much. They don't criticize the government on that. But it's Obi. Fuel got to 800 naira. Obi. Fuel got to 1,200 naira. Obi. And you know, Nigerians are gullible. Nigerians, you say that went to school, they didn't really go to school. They went to an excursion for 6 years, if it's a secondary school, and they went to another excursion or something like that for 4 years in university. They don't use their mind. They don't think. And religion also is caging them. Religion also is limiting. And those that really have the understanding of how the country is being run are being used in that. You know, when you read the Animal Farm, the pigs elevated themselves to a different position. They said they were more equal than others. So in that hierarchy, those that are educated and learned are being shocked to play on the minds of the uneducated millions of Nigerians. If the government doesn't use tribal bigotry, they will use political differences. If they don't use that, they don't go to religion yet. They have not started using religion because that might not be a potent force. Because if they start using religion and somebody gets back at them, at their own religion, they will not find it easy. So they don't use religion because they know they are mostly Muslims. So if they get to the extent of by abusing somebody's religion, abusing Christians, they are going to cut across because most Yorubas are Christians. So they look at ethnicity and party. That is where they focus on. And they are playing script for us. We are going to be here. The Tinubu government is going to play that script from now to the end of 4 years. Everything that we are going to be experiencing will be played by this government. So I'm saying, in other words, that whatever script Shura is playing is by the government. You might not have any alliance with the government, but the government will allow you because they want you to be in that script. Imagine a Shura walking free and not. We got to the airport, he was arrested and briefly was left. The role he played during Jonathan, the role he played with our reporters and all the protests. He once worked with a Tinubu. So what do you expect? As we are saying, if we don't rise up as a people, enlighten ourselves to understand that we are in a society that is being controlled by a few people, using force, using religion, using ethnicity, we will still be where we are. They are trying to dim the popularity of Mazi Kano using other forces. Other forces are being employed to dim the popularity of. When I'm saying these things, some people think that who is this small boy? Somebody was calling me IPOB boy. Who is this small boy saying all these things? I'm telling you what is happening. I'm telling you the fact of the matter. I told you that Tinubu's government cannot work with a genuine opposition. They don't like opposition at all. It is either they are the ones that control the opposition. They don't like opposition at all. They don't like. They will fight the opposition spiritually, physically, psychologically. They want to be the ones that control the opposition. The same way he did in Lagos. He eliminated every form of opposition. He is not going to, if APC wants to capture Anambra State, this is the game he will play. I've told somebody, APC will not win Anambra State. Not because the president cannot capture Anambra State. It is because a Soludo will want to work for the APC. So they are doing what they want. They know that if they play that dirty game, it's going to be hard for them. It is going to be hard for them to galvanize the Southeast. In fact, if Anambra politicians are disappointed, their support for Biafra will be so stern, will be so much that the federal government might not be able to control the narrative, because the federal government wants to control the Biafran narrative. I am telling you, the federal government wants to control the Biafran narrative. That's why I started calling for, let us go back home and start developing our communities. Don't come and tell us that you are building a house, or you are doing your mother's burial, or you are doing your chieftaincy title. We don't need that in the Southeast now. No time for all these things. If you are an influential person, tell us the thing that you have done for your community. How many vocational skills centers you have created in your community? How effective it has been? How many people you have sent abroad on scholarship to go and learn a certain skill that can be applied in your community? How many people that you have put in school, you have paid their school fees? How many classrooms you have elevated? How many people you have sent to teachers' college, sponsored for free? How many people you have done that for? Not you come, you are now telling us December. No, you don't have anything. Let me even burst your bubble. The richest people, as per individuals, the richest people are the Yoruba people, as per individuals. But when you come to a number in quantity, Igbos, they have many people that are well-to-do, but the richest are Yorubas, like it or not. So don't go and be flaunting your. There are some people that have these mansions, they are afraid to flaunt it for security purpose. So anybody I see flaunting mansion or anything on social media, just see that person a kid. They're just trying to show off. Okay, you flaunt. What's the essence of that man? What is the economic viability of that mansion to that community? When you build an ICT center and young kids come there to acquire skills, especially tech skills, it is something much more than a mansion you have in your village. If you want to do a film now, and you take to most Igbo businessmen that are rich, They will not invest in your film because they all think about themselves, proud and profit. They are not useful to the society. It's all about show off, show off, show off, and show off. We must bury this thing about showing off. What are you showing off for? So Igbo should come together and think about the future of every Igbo young person. Think about the future. These guys are taking over the Dollywood industry because most Igbo men and companies would not want to sponsor an Igbo movie. They're all about profit, selfish, and brag. No. This script that is being played by the Tinubu's government, we should sit down and watch that the players would not necessarily be people that will stand for Nigerians. Everybody is now saying shoulder, up shoulder. When Festus Kayamo did the same thing, when Sega did the same thing, one thing I noticed that these guys, they have not held any political position before. The reason why I still rate P2B above all of them is because he has become governor and he has been tried and tested before he says he won't become president. Shoulder, if he has started as a chairman and as a commissioner or minister, then you will now understand what we are talking about. You think we are praising Shoren now that he's better than P2B? It is a script that is being played. When these people are giving what they are asking for, which will not be given by Tinubu. Tinubu knows that Shoren will not win election, will not get the support of Nigerians, but it will be useful to dim the popularity of P2B. Final. That is just what is going to happen. The Shoren will not win an election ordinarily. He doesn't have the spread. He doesn't have the connection to win an election. If you look at the party, he's almost the youth chairman, he's almost the treasurer, he's almost everything in that party. So he doesn't have that spread to win an election. It is P2B surprisingly that started having a spread to win an election. That's why they are working against him in any possible manner. They were shocked during the last election. So we know the script that this government is playing, and we are carefully watching with Nigerians. We are watching.
Could you change your mind in just 7?
After Very Dark Man, we are going to get to the October protest. Probably after October protest, the government will just trigger one thing. There's no genuine opposition now. The Labour Party is almost in disarray because it is the plan of the government for all these things to happen. Look at what is happening to PDP. PDP, a weak factor. Nobody knows where to go. Look at Fubara. Fubara is thinking of going to a different party, APP. Because of what the APC wants to do. They want to put everybody, scatter everybody, and control the narrative. That is what is happening. So any Yoruba nation you see at the United Nations General Assembly, just know that it's the rules. The rules. All of a sudden, Nnamdi Kanu and Sonibo are fighting for the same cause. Sonibo is free, Nnamdi is not free. It's the rules. The Yorubas don't want a Yoruba nation. They want a nation in Nigeria as regionalism. When you say balkanization, don't even go there. They don't want it at all. It is not part of the design. It's not part of the design. So anything is just foreign sponsored. There are some groups that have been sponsored, some IPOB groups that have been sponsored by the West to destabilize everything because they don't want Africa to be up. They don't want Biafra to come into play. Like I said, Biafra is the only thing that will elevate. It is the African spirit that will break out of the chains that Africa has been put for many years, these colonial chains. Somebody said something that the Western interests are against this agitation. So there's no need. No, there's a need to keep on pushing. Even though there are some people in that agitation that is being sponsored by the West to destabilize that agitation. We know them, we are watching them. They are IPOB. They are being sponsored to destroy the agitation. By their fruits you shall know them. We know. Both the script that the West is playing and the script that the Nigerian government is playing, they will all fail. Like the Israeli leader. Let's learn how to be like the Israeli leader. Even though many people protested and left the General Assembly They left it as in form of protest. He said what he said, and what he said was heard by those that left. The whole world heard what he said. If Iran dares attack us, we have the capacity to attack Iran. Our missile can go anywhere in Iran. After what they did to Hezbollah, they killed almost every terrorist. All the world were shouting, hey. They made sure that Hamas does not have any ability to strike again in Israel. Focused leader, irrespective of what people are saying, he was focused. And he said what he said. And those that left, they heard him clearly in their bedrooms, wherever they are, they heard him. A focused man. Let's be focused on when we are moving. At the end of the day, if you are playing games, when you are moving, as you are moving, you get weapons. This thing is achievable. Biafra is achievable. If not in a lifetime, it's going to be achievable one day.
So moving forward, here are the little comments we are going to take. At McDowell said, you are right, so it's working for Tinubu. We all know how he was attacking Obi for Tinubu instead of the ruling party. Deji Adeyanju and Sowore were working for Tinubu, including Igboho, but people will not understand this. You are 100% right. Hope Chikwa said, a great exposition. Sian Chuku. My input is that my generation shall witness the glory of the Lord in the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra. Biafra remains the only hope for the black man and Negroid race. I don't understand that language, Job. I beg you go help me to explain them. And Henry Oranwa said, Deji Adeyanju Sowore Yoruba Nation and the Sunday Igboho are Tinubu instrument of the seat to divert the people's attention from constructive and productive protests against their paymaster. Adeyanju is organizing dancing and music fiesta protests where youths come dance and go home just to distract the general public. David Phenomenon said, bro, you said the truth. That is the simple truth. Adu Momo said, we are so focused on making individual statements and fighting among ourselves that we will never unite and make meaningful progress. This infighting will continue indefinitely, providing a steady supply of fresh content for bloggers and social media commentators. It is a laughing matter. It is called a nation wasting away. Now, so this is our brother talk. Number one said, Victor James said, number one, United Security Council is a special committee of Africa Colonial Committee, updated Berlin Conference. Number two, international loans and forgiveness are a clothed way of paying the 0.001% to 0.005% royalties for African resources freely exploited. 3. International grants are direct compensation to their puppet, Africa's leaders, not to be accounted for. Number 4 is military aid to fight terrorism is directly opposite. Rather to arm their colonial foot soldiers, agents of disability in the pay books of the Colonial Committee of Nations. Che, my brother, and according to Oliver Obinaze, you are a good analyst. Okay, Deki Yakemi said that you are supposed to be the first to relocate to Southeast and not to stay in Lagos and be saying, let's go. Okay, voila. If you say you are in trouble, if you don't say you are in trouble. Judeski said, great summonation Christian. Document said, Igbo people make on take them easy na Nyemkwe. And according to Oliver Obin again, said you are right at a free piece of Europe 2030. Oliver Obin said Nigeria that doesn't read many of the words. And so they take talk. Judeski Obin said Biafra is the way. Whatever Yoruba are planning presently wouldn't to surpass what Awolowo and Gowon did to us. Anyway, my wonderful people, we don't have to wait much of your time. Now here we go take back break and I go hear my voice again. When you come back, please like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing to this channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Sidiman Amandia Neeze. I'll be right back to continue from where we stopped. Oh yeah, make on enjoy this one. Kemesiano.